college basketball picks Tuesday, November 18th. It's my guy knows a guy here on my sports predictions channel. Let's continue. We actually have a stacked NCAA basketball card for us to bet on today. I'm going to get back into the habit of sharing daily predictions right here on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Here are my best bets for today. First game up, we have a decent neutral site game between the Kentucky Wildcats and the Michigan State Spartans. This game will be played in New York, as I said, on a neutral court. Michigan State are off to a slightly disappointing 1-2 start ATS this season, but I think they can hang with Kentucky in this game, largely due to their excellent offensive rebounding differential. I really think they have a chance to clean up on the offensive glass here, creating some second chance opportunities against Kentucky. The Spartans definitely leave a lot to be desired in terms of their three-point shooting, but I really like what they have in their front court, especially with freshman Cam Ward. My pick here is Michigan State plus 4.5 at minus 104 odds to win 1 unit. Next game up, we have George Mason at home taking on Jacksonville. George Mason are currently favored by 15.5 points, and I think they are well deserving of that number. George Mason are 4-0 straight up on this season, and they've actually been really impressive on the defensive side of the court. They're only allowing 55 points per game from their opponents. They're also holding their opponents to under 40% from the field overall. This is a school that's starting to creep up in KenPom and Torvik ratings so far this season, taking on a Jacksonville team that's really struggled from three as well as from the free throw line. Over their last 3 games, Jacksonville are only shooting 57% from the free throw line. That's not going to cut it tonight on the road against George Mason, in my opinion. George Mason has a balanced attack led by Riley Allenspach, and I feel as though they might run off with this one, but I'm going to bet on them early here. My pick in this game is George Mason, first half, minus 8.5 at minus 120 odds. I found that line on DraftKings. Next game up, we have Arkansas Pine-Bluff taking on the SMU Mustangs in Dallas, Texas tonight. SMU are actually favored by 34.5 points in this spot for the full game. As we all know, they've been a consistent team over the last few years, but they're off to a sluggish start against the spread. They're only 1-3, but they do have a very favorable matchup today against Arkansas Pine-Bluff. Arkansas Pine-Bluff have played some tough teams so far this season, but their defense has been abysmal in terms of efficiency. They're also a really poor rebounding team that isn't going to be able to compete against these top tier teams in any fashion. Early this season, SMU are already top 20 in the nation in points per game scored, and they've actually increased their tempo from their already fast pace from last season. Pine-Bluff don't have any players to contain SMU standouts Boopie Miller and Corey Washington. I think both players are going to wreak havoc tonight. Here is another first half bet. I'm betting on SMU in the first half, minus 20.5 at minus 115 odds to win 1 unit. Next game up, we have Chicago State taking on Minnesota. I'll keep this one short. I'm betting on Minnesota in the first half, minus 14.5 at minus 115 odds. They have a balanced perimeter attack, and Chicago State have been a great team to fade on an annual basis. I don't think they'll be able to keep up with Minnesota's excellent rebounding differential. Next game up, we have Army against Cornell. Cornell are at home in this one. They're 17.5 point favorites. Army are 1-3 both straight up and against the spread this season. And with Army's poor start to this season, I don't see much to justify Cornell being 17.5 point favorites here. They crushed a very weak Lafayette team in their last game, but they weren't impressive against Illinois State or Kent State, in my opinion. I'm betting on Army in the first half, plus 10.5 at minus 115 odds to win 1 unit. Next game up, we have Winthrop against Arkansas here. The Razorbacks will be at home. Arkansas are only 2-2 against the spread so far this season, but their number 4 ranked recruiting class is starting to find their way on the defensive side of things. They've also showed a substantial improvement with their offensive rebounding over their last 2 games, but it's their style of play that's going to give Winthrop problems tonight, in my opinion. We're seeing a more team-oriented style of basketball, more free-flowing attack from a John Calipari coach team. They're sharing the ball, and they're playing a fun-to-watch, free-flowing style of basketball. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is through the roof, and I think that's going to give Winthrop problems in today's game. My pick here is another first-half bet. I'm betting on Arkansas in the first half, minus 12.5 at minus 115 odds to win 1 unit. Next game up, we have Montana versus Texas A&M tonight in College Station. Texas A&M are coming off of a shocking home loss against UCF as 10-point favorites. They're taking on a Montana team that's coming off of 2 impressive wins against Cal Poly and UNLV. When you look closer at this game, there is a glaring deficiency in Montana's game at the moment. Although they've been impressive in other categories, they're prone to turning the ball over, and Texas A&M have the personnel to force opponents to turn the ball over at a very high rate. I also think they could be highly motivated as a group in this game tonight after putting up that stinker. My pick here is another first half bet. I'm betting on Texas A&M minus 9.5 in the first half at minus 112 odds to win 1 unit. I found that line on FanDuel. Take a second now to smash the like button for me. Make sure you check out my live betting stream tonight. I'll be live betting NBA and college basketball tonight with in-game picks and predictions while the games are on. Make sure you don't miss out tonight on my YouTube channel. Comment below about anything predictions related and I'll get back to you. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Turn notifications on so you don't miss my upcoming picks and live streams. It's My Guy Knows a Guy here on my sports predictions channel. Best of luck with all of your picks tonight. I'll see you next time.